Attention passionate Pittsburgh Steelers fans. Latest news, something big is happening in the AFC North and it could change the game. We're talking about a direct impact on Pittsburgh Steelers' path to another Super Bowl run, a power shift that could leave a division rival stumbling for years. We're bringing this to you firsthand. But before that, if you're a true Pittsburgh Steelers fan, subscribe to the channel to strengthen this passion even more. Show that you're also part of this family. Let's help each other reach 1,000 subscribers. Share with your friends and Pittsburgh Steelers fans. Let's get to the news now, folks. Let me tell you, this is some of the most intriguing NFL buzz we've seen in a while, especially for Steelers fans. Rumors are swirling around Max Crosby, the relentless pass rusher from the Las Vegas Raiders, potentially heading to the black and gold. Yeah, you heard that right. The Raiders, currently sitting at 2-10 and looking to rebuild with a focus on their future, are apparently open to trading Crosby, and the Steelers might be at the top of the list. This isn't just idle chatter. It's coming from some serious sources, including ESPN's Diana Rossini, who's been dropping hints about a possible blockbuster deal. So what's going on here? Well, the Raiders, despite having a lot of cap space, around $92 million, are in a bad place right now. Their offense is just atrocious, averaging a mere 9 points per game, and they're giving up a staggering 7 points on average. It's clear they're in a rebuild mode, and with a roster that's not quite clicking, they're looking to clear some cap space and acquire assets that can help them down the line. Crosby, a top-tier edge rusher, has been a bright spot in their defense, but given their struggles, they're probably thinking it's best to cash in on his value now, especially with the ability to free up around $20 million in cap space to go after a quarterback or other areas of need. For the Steelers, this could be a game-changer. Max Crosby isn't just your average pass rusher. He's a relentless predator, a guy who transforms a defense into a nightmare for opposing quarterbacks. Since entering the league in 2019 out of Michigan, Crosby has established himself as one of the premier edge defenders in the NFL. Over the course of his 7 seasons, he's played 107 games and compiled a total of 5 sacks. That's elite production, especially when you consider he's been a consistent force, earning 4 Pro Bowl selections along the way. Crosby's career PFF grade sits at a solid 85. And in 2025, he's been particularly disruptive, with 8 sacks in just 12 games, along with 37 tackles and a PFF rush grade of 90. This guy is the real deal, a game wrecker who can elevate any defense. The Raiders, despite their current woes, have shown that they're willing to part with Crosby, partly because they have the luxury of cap space, but also because their long-term outlook is uncertain. They have a historically weak offense, averaging only 9 points per game, which is almost impossible to win consistently in today's NFL. Their defense, however, has been a bright spot at times, but the team's overall trajectory post-2025 has many analysts skeptical. Giving up Crosby now could be a strategic move to build around their young offensive pieces and to clear space to sign or trade for a quarterback, possibly aiming for a future franchise guy. Now, for the Steelers, this potential trade could be a massive boost. Pittsburgh's defensive line has been a key strength this season, rotating players in and out, trying to find that perfect combination to get to the quarterback. They've managed to rack up 28 sacks as a team, but adding a player like Crosby would take their pass rush to another level. Imagine Crosby lining up opposite T.J. Watt. The possibilities are mouthwatering. The impact on their defense could be immediate and profound. Crosby is projected to increase their pressure rate by around 18%, which would significantly improve their third-down defense, pushing their opponent conversion percentage down from 7% to a much more manageable number. What makes Crosby so dangerous? Well, he's not just a sack artist. His ability to get into the backfield consistently forces quarterbacks to hurry their throws, creating turnovers and disrupting offensive rhythm. His combination of speed, power, and relentless motor makes him a nightmare for offensive linemen. Pairing him with someone like Watt would create a double-edged sword for any offense trying to block them. It's exactly what Pittsburgh needs to bolster their pass rush, especially as they aim to stay competitive in a division that's heating up with Baltimore and Cleveland also vying for playoff spots. And let's not forget the broader implications. The Steelers have been building a solid, aggressive defense all season, and adding Crosby could be the final piece that cements their status as a top-tier unit. His presence would complement Highsmith's 6 sacks nicely, giving the Steelers a dynamic duo that could terrorize QBs for years to come. Plus, Crosby's impact could extend beyond just sacks. His ability to generate pressure and hurry throws would help reduce their opponent's points per game from 24. One down to around 20, giving the offense more room to operate and capitalize on defensive stops. Looking at the bigger picture, the betting odds for the Steelers winning the Super Bowl are already climbing, with some sportsbooks now listing their chances at plus 1,000, up from plus 2,500 earlier in the season. If they manage to land Crosby, those odds could tighten even further, especially considering his track record and the potential boost to their defense. He could serve as an X-factor against mobile quarterbacks like Josh Allen, who have been a thorn in Pittsburgh's side in recent matchups. Crosby's presence would be a game-changer, not just for this season, but for the franchise's future, as the Steelers continue to build a defensive dynasty. What's truly exciting is the narrative that this potential trade sparks. The Raiders, after a tough start and a clear rebuild underway, are choosing to deal their star pass rusher to a team that's already competitive and hungry for a championship. It's a classic case of a team in flux versus a team on the rise. The Steelers, with their solid 6-6 record, are right in the thick of things, trying to secure a playoff spot while building a roster that can contend deep into January. Adding Crosby would be like pouring fuel on an already roaring fire, energizing the fan base and giving the team a legitimate shot at making some serious noise in the postseason. Of course, nothing is official yet, and the NFL trade deadline is still some time away, but the signs point to this being a real possibility. The Steelers' front office has been aggressive in recent years, making moves that reflect their desire to contend now and in the future. They've invested heavily in their defense, and bringing in a player like Crosby would be the culmination of that strategy. It's the kind of move that could define a franchise's decade, similar to what we saw when Pittsburgh acquired Troy Polamalu or James Harrison in the past. And let's not forget the emotional aspect. Steelers fans love a good defensive star, someone who embodies grit, resilience, and relentless pursuit of excellence. Crosby fits that mold perfectly. His relentless motor and passion for the game resonate with the Steelers' identity. If this trade goes through, it would send a message to the entire NFL that Pittsburgh is serious about reclaiming their throne as a defensive powerhouse and making a deep run for another Super Bowl. As we wait for more concrete news, the excitement is building. Whether this trade materializes or not, it's a reminder that the NFL is unpredictable, and in this league, a single move can shift the balance of power. For Steelers fans, it's a moment to dream big, to envision Crosby in the black and gold, wreaking havoc on opposing offenses and helping bring another championship home. The future is bright, and this potential deal could be the spark that ignites a new chapter of Steelers greatness. Pause here just for a second. If you want the YOUTUBE algorithm to keep recommending the latest Pittsburgh Steelers news to you, it's super important that you leave a like on this video. Go ahead, it's quick and it makes a big difference. Thank you. Now let us continue with the big reveal. So while we wait for confirmation, one thing is clear. The Steelers are once again in the mix for some serious upgrades, and the possibility of adding Max Crosby is tantalizing. The kind of move that could send shockwaves through the AFC North and beyond. Imagine a Pittsburgh defense that's already formidable becoming even more imposing. Imagine Crosby and Watt coming off the edge, forcing turnovers and setting the tone every single game. That's the kind of reality Steelers fans can get excited about, and it's what makes this moment so compelling. And now, Pittsburgh Steelers fans, I want to hear from you. What's your take on this? Drop your thoughts in the comments below. Your opinion matters so much to us and to the Steelers. And don't forget, I'll be back soon with more updates, so stay tuned for the latest Pittsburgh Steelers news.